What's up, everybody? I have an Ibanez JS100 here. I got it last week and I really like the guitar, but all except for the stock issue Ibanez trim. It's a low TRS 2 trim, and it's just I wanted to replace it because I have 3 problems with it that after reading online I guess a lot of people have the same problems with this trim. It feels flimsy. The metal's not it's not brass, it's the main thing, but it's just, I don't know, it feels cheap and flimsy and doesn't have a lot of sustain. Number 2 is that the G string goes out of tune if you do a lot of dive bombing. And number 3, the most important part for me, is it's got one of these Ibanez trims with the screw-in caps, and it doesn't screw into the body itself. So what it does is, especially if you use it for vibrato, see how it wiggles there? That's not actually raising or lowering pitch. That's just, it's just loose inside this slot here. And the problem that creates, especially if you play with high gain, is it creates noise and rattle, and you can hear it through the amp. So that's no good. So what I did is I looked online, and a lot of people were unsure what trims would fit in this body, fit in this route. So a couple people said the Gotoh Floyd would work in it. I think I'm saying that right, Gotoh. And apparently that's one of the best aftermarket Floyds you can get to drop in. Tom Anderson uses them, his guitars. I think Sir uses them. So I got it, and I wanted to take everybody through my experience of replacing it. So I don't know if it's going to work in other Ibanez body routes. I have no idea. All we'll know is about this JS body. So let's do that. Here's the tone before with the Ibanez trim. Not terrible by any means, but definitely can be improved upon. Here's, you can hear the rattle, listen. Hear that? No good. Okay, got the strings removed and the back springs I took out from the trim. And I'm not dumb, I pre-measured the Gotoh before to make sure it was going to fit in the slot before I did all this stuff, so I cheated a little bit. But it fits. Okay, there's the low TRS Ibanez, and here's the Gotoh replacement trim. Fits in. It's just, I'll show you the measurements here in a second, but it's just it fits fine. Yeah, it's gonna work. The arm's not on it yet, but. So it does fit in the route. Well, I had both arms out. I thought I would quickly show you the difference. Here's the Ibanez. There's the Gotoh. Size-wise, you can see here's the width on the Ibanez. Go to the Gotoh. See, it's a little bit shorter on this end. Doesn't affect the fit. Actually, it makes it fit a little bit easier. So in this case, smaller is better on the width. Here you can see the string width is identical. Middle of nut to middle of the nut. Same thing here. So that matches it perfectly. Looking at the constructions of the bar, you can see the Ibanez, and even with the bar on, this one is, or the bar off, here's the Gotoh, it's heavier. See, you got brass for the block all the way up through here, whereas on the Ibanez, I don't know what that is. I'm not sure, but Gotoh is definitely much nicer. The new bar fits right inside, and if you can see inside of it, see it's threaded, it's hollow and threaded inside the bar, and then on the new trim, it's got a set screw in it that's threaded on the inside. So to set the height of your bar, you put it in and then spin it clockwise till you get it to the height you want. And then to tighten it or loosen it, there's an Allen set screw on the back of the trim there. See if you can see it. And it comes with all the Allen wrenches you need to tighten it. Fits right in, and then you just tighten it till you get it to whether you want it to move or not. And so a much better design. Now the question becomes whether I want to replace the posts. As you can see, the Ibanez one is the black one, a little bit smaller and fine threads. Gotoh, a little bit bigger, more solid, nice and clean, coarse threads. And of course, let's see, let me turn this around so you can see it. It's also not a simple matter of dropping in a new post anchor either. This one, there's the new ones, they're a little bit bigger than the stock ones. So I would actually have to yank these post anchors out, re-drill the holes a little bit bigger, and I want to put myself through that. Because yeah, the hole would have to be drilled by, I mean, not much, but still, it's going to be bigger. So that's the question. Do I want to redo the post anchors? Let me show you the difference in the springs. That's the stock spring, the Ibanez spring, and here's the new spring that came with the trim. So I am going to replace the springs. They're a little bit shorter, but I don't know if that make much of a difference or not. I'm sure there's going to be some difference because they're shorter. All right, I went out and used the existing posts. We'll try it like this, see how it works. I didn't want to turn this into a major this old house project. I'm no woodworker, but I mean, I can work a saw and a drill, but I'm not going to make this any harder than I have to. We'll see how it works. The bad boy is in. Let's turn up nicely, and look at the difference in the springs. Big difference. These are much stiffer. Alright, I got the new one in and been playing it for a couple days. It's a no-brainer. Switch this sucker out. This is the one I put in. There. That's the Floyd I put in, the Gotoh. And it's a million times better than the Ibanez. The feel's a lot better. It's a lot more solid, gives you a much better sustain. It drops right in. I didn't have to route or do anything. I kept the original posts in, and all I did was put in the bridge. And I switched the springs out to the ones that came with the Gotoh. These feel a lot better. I always like a two-spring kind of tight setup on the springs. That seems to give me just the right play in the bar. It's not real tight, but it's not super loose either. And it feels a ton better. So I think I paid 125 bucks plus shipping. And for that amount of money, if you're unhappy with that Ibanez, I'd switch it out. It wasn't difficult to do. It just dropped right in. The only thing you gotta look out for is the hex bolts here. The whole setup, it's like, I don't know, probably an 1/8 inch longer than the Ibanez one, so you gotta be careful if you pull your strings. If this goes all the way back, it may go in your cavity here, your route, and catch. But it'll be close. It depends on how your intonation's set up. But you don't want to chip your paint, which I did, well, when I wasn't paying attention. But switch it out, I'm telling you. Trust me.